work you can do with it.
Severe funding constraints through the late 1970s and the 80s curtailed additional expansion, although U of T astronomers have been very active on the national and international scenes.
The current work of the observatory is mostly research.
Well, I think, Scott, there's still a real mystique to flying. When we're doing the air shows and we talk to the young children and even the older people that would like to learn to fly, there's still that mystique about aviation.
Well, again, doing the promotion work that we did with the boat for so many years, you get exposed to the sport of offshore powerboat racing, and we've been a fan for many years.
His speed is 100 and the time is 10:55.
Welcome to RPM. I'm Scott Evans. Today we're going to have a look at a Markham-based company that gives the corporate client an opportunity to both reward its employees and provides any type of driver with the opportunity to both learn how to drive properly and safely. That company? Driver for a Day. Driver for a Day allows the student to try a variety of different cars to give them a feel for what works and what doesn't. Everything from the Audi TT, the Porsche 911 Carreras, the 911 race car, and the granddaddy of them all, the 944 Turbo Cup car. Now, for under $500, Driver for a Day participants get to sample some of Porsche's finest sports cars. As well, with their newfound driving ability and knowledge, it makes for a safer drive on the street, as well as a more pleasurable drive. For Rogers Television and RPM, I'm Scott Evans. If there's one thing that Woodbridge native Frank Trombino has learned this year, it's that the most important aspect of racing success is not the efforts of one person, but true teamwork of all those involved. And if there's one thing that Frank's fans and his competitors have learned, Frank Trombino is fast. Welcome to the Ontario Cup Provincial Championships of Downhill Mountain Bike Racing. We're here at the Heights of Horseshoe, approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes north of Toronto. My name is Scott Evans, and I'll be your host. It's a beautiful day for mountain bike racing. These guys are of a different ilk altogether. These bikes hit up to 70 kilometers going downhill, and they're catching air during some of that, which really means there's a risk factor involved for these riders. Thanks for watching. Be sure to tune in next year for continuing coverage of this exciting and growing event. I'm Scott Evans, and all you little kids out there, be sure to keep your brain buckets on. And these new models are so compact. They have different types of mounts. You can put them on a bicycle, you can put them on a motorcycle, you can carry them with you in your pocket, pull it out, turn it on. Within a couple of minutes, you know exactly where you are. Go through a trek through the bush. It'll actually track where you've been and allow you to get back out of the bush again without the risk of getting lost. Well, not only are there NASCAR sites and driver-specific sites like Jeff Gordon's site, but we can't forget about the guys who actually build these cars and maintain the cars, build the engines. Look, the guys who are looking for the horsepower, the real engineering brains behind NASCAR. And in this situation, we'll have a look at Hendrick Motorsports. And Rick Hendrick is one of the owners of several different cars you see out on the track any given weekend. As the season comes to a close, preparations are already beginning for next season. Team 3 Red will set its sights even higher by running 2 race cars for 2001. Additionally, they will take the information gathered this year and use it to improve both car and driver. Look for Team 3 Red in the winner's circle in 2001.
Well, I think, not being able to drive for obvious reasons because I had a left leg handicap, I like seeing young people come on and do well. Chris Fowler's a young pup, and he's going to do well, and I get a kick out of that. That's my spark in all of this. And the other side is, frankly, I'm a motorsport, big motorsport fan, and want to see that grow.
What the cars feel like when they are about to go into an understeer mode or in an oversteer mode. And we use the skid pad right after our classroom session to demonstrate 2 very different vehicles in a back-to-back comparison situation. And we use a Volkswagen New Beetle and a Ford Crown Victoria. And they have very, very different vehicle dynamics, and it's consequently very easy for the student to sense when the car is moving into understeer and when the car is going into an oversteer mode.
The greatest player in the history of golf has now created the most technically advanced metal woods in the game. The new Beta Titanium Air Bear 2 woods.
Well, I'd like to talk a little bit about the one I just hit that drive with. That's our new Air Bear 2. Went out there pretty good, too.
The RAV4 has made quite an impression in the automotive marketplace.
Starship Gauvin, this is Mission Control. Do you copy? Over.
Roger, Mission Control. This is Commander Dave Schelling of the Starship Gauvin. We copy. Over.
For more than 45 years, Brooklyn Concrete Products has been Canada's leading independent supplier of precast concrete products for the construction, professional landscaping, and consumer markets.
Driver for a Day is an incentive and rewards type program for corporations, big and large companies, to reward their sales staff or just their general staff, bring the executives out for entertainment, reward your clients, your customers who do business with you. It's a different avenue to come out and have some fun.
Frank started competing in motorcycle road racing in 1996 and won a regional superbike championship in 1997. But his riding days go back many years prior to that.
Back in 1988, I was into the dirt, but I was also already a fan of street bikes. My brother had a GSXR 1998 back then, which I loved. I mean, he'd leave it at home. I was only 15 years old, so as soon as he'd take off to work, I'd be skipping school, stealing the keys, and putting it in, and off I went. I remember putting on this jewelry, so as soon as I pulled up beside the police, they wouldn't think I was underage to be driving because I looked so young.
Okay, green flag, green flag.
It's fast, furious, rough, and extremely competitive. It's a form of auto racing that is still full of technical subtleties, but at a down and dirty street fight level. Most important to the teams and their sponsors, though, are the thousands of die-hard CASCAR fans across Canada that love it and wouldn't have it any other way.